Well, a 38-game season is a long one, and no two-game stretch can really determine the entire outcome of your season. Or can it? Welcome back to episode 4 of the return of TSV 1860 Munich. And I think we've hit that point in our season. As you see right now, in the middle of October, we are sitting in third place, 21 points, 4 points off the lead. We've got Ingolstadt and Osnabrück right ahead of us. And that's who we've got coming up today. 2 top-of-the-table 6-pointers on this episode of Lionhearted. Thank you very much for joining me. If you do like what you see, make sure you hit that like button at any time. You can be at the beginning, the end. It really doesn't matter. Thank you very much for showing your support, and to everybody who has joined us on our journey so far. Now, we are coming back a little bit earlier than we expected. We were going to originally be playing the match against Osnabrück and then against Wehen Wiesbaden. However, we realized that just a couple of games after we left each other in episode 3, we had Ingolstadt on our schedule, and they were right before Osnabrück. So it was the perfect opportunity for us to come back. Now, we did have a little bit of a wobble after we left each other. The first game following last episode was an absolute stinker. Erzgebirge 1-4. It was at home. It was awful, and I think it was best summed up by the own goal that Jesper Verlat gave up. Let me just show it to you. I mean, this was emblematic of the game as Jakob took it up, played it in, Verlat off of his leg, Hiller falling over, expecting something else to happen, it popping in. It was the straw that broke our backs. It was just an absolute dreadful match from start to finish. So our 8-game unbeaten streak came to an end. The next match wasn't much better. A 0-0 draw against the Dortmund second team, who was sitting in 18th place when we took them on. Let's hope this little bit of a wobble that we've run into is going to be a temporary thing. So because our game against Ingolstadt is on a Sunday, the results of the Saturday games have already been reflected in the table. We are now sitting in 4th place as SC Freiburg's second squad has leapfrogged us, moved into 3rd. Now remember, the top 2 teams get automatic promotion into the second Bundesliga. The 3rd place team will play the 3rd to worst team in the second Bundesliga in the playoff. If they win, they get promoted. If not, they remain in the 3 Liga. We need one of those top 2 positions. And it's not going to be an easy test as top of the table Ingolstadt comes in to take us on at home. We're going to make a couple of changes. We were giving some guys rest, moving some people around. Kieran Mull is going to come back in place of Nathan Vicht. Vicht, as you remember, last episode, we brought him up from our second squad to give us a little bit of extra depth and possibilities in the area. And Tim Reeder is going to come on and replace Diekman. Diekman has had a couple of mediocre games, to say the least. Barr, we've given him the opportunity on the right-hand side as we had Maris Skenderovic out for injury for a little bit. Skenderovic is back. Barr has been, hasn't really done anything. He's kind of like faded into the woodwork. So he's going to be replaced there. And we're going to move Morgalla and Verlat. We're going to swap them back. Steinhardt is back from injury. He did play the last match. Didn't factor in the scoring, of course, because nobody did. So here's how we are going to roll into this game against Ingolstadt. Hiller will be in goal. It's going to be Steinhardt and Lannert on the fullback positions. Morgalla and Verlat in the middle of the defense. Reeder and Mull in the midfield. Verenzi, Holzhauer, Skenderovic, and Lockenmacher on attack, although Lockenmacher hasn't done much the last couple of games. But Holzhauer has been on a tear. Obviously, he didn't score the last game, again, because nobody did. But Holzhauer has done a very good job for us up the middle, and we hope that his good results in front of goal continue. As we move in, we're going to take on a Ingolstadt side that runs the 4-3-3. We're hoping that that's not going to cause any problems for us as we get things underway here at the Grunwalder Stadion in front of a near capacity crowd. Actually, no, not quite, but more folks than we're used to. 14,700 almost in attendance. We've been averaging a little over 12,000, which is a very good thing. And so far, not much has been happening in this game either way. It's kind of gone back and forth, a couple of shots here, a couple of shots there. As we approach nearly the 30-minute mark, however, we are leading with 2 shots on target to 1. So I guess we have had the lion's share of the opportunities. But right now, nothing but yellow cards for us to post on our ledger. As halftime elapses, with basically absolutely nothing happening except Frenzy, Reeder, and Lannert have all been booked. 3 shots for us, 2 of them coming on target, which is, again, a very good thing. Ingolstadt, though, has dominated the possession, and we need to do things a little bit better here in this second half. We're not going to make any changes. We're just going to go out there with the guys that we have. However, the morale isn't exactly where we want it to be, so we're going to encourage our team right off the bat. Hopefully, none of the guys on yellows are going to pick up another card. And here we go with our first highlight. It's a corner, and it is knocked wide for Ingolstadt. So a good opportunity, probably the best opportunity for them of the game so far. But they are unable to capitalize. As we've already gone through 65 minutes, we're going to take a look at the morale of our team. Now, Holzhauer's feeling a little bit nervous, so we're going to give him the opportunity to take a little bit of a break. Stefan Lex, who was the hero of the match in the last episode, is going to be coming in. Also, Lannert's going through something right now. I'm not quite sure what it is. Nicholas Lang is going to take his place on the right-hand side. He ended up the last game feeling a little apprehensive, a little nervous. We ended up pulling him off at halftime. Hopefully it's not a long-term issue that we're going to have to deal with. And Vrenezi hasn't really done much. Grealinger is going to go out and take the opportunity on the left-hand attacking mid-side as he was feeling a little tired. So we're going to make 3 changes here in the 65th, 67th minute. Hopefully that's going to get our fortunes going. We have not had a shot on goal so far in this second half, and that's a big concern of mine as we move forward. In fact, that's a super concern now that I think about it, because we were a very offensively minded team. As Ingolstadt throws it forward, Dumboya outside the box in the middle. Freilinger blocked. Return shot coming to Hiller, and he is right there, able to make a pretty easy save. So we're going to look at making a few additional changes. The first one is going to be the role of our center midfielder. We were going with the Enganche role because it really did fit what Holzhauer was doing. However, it doesn't seem to be doing much for us on the attack. So Stefan Lex is going to go back in as a shadow striker. We are going to go to a more attacking mentality in a 0-0 game that we really do need the 3 points. So we're really going to be chasing after this. And Skenderovic is also going to make way. Marcel Barr is going to come back in. Again, he'd been starting the last couple of games. This time he's going to be coming in off of the bench. And we've got one more change that we can potentially make. So Moll is going to come out, and Diekman is going to go back in. And we're, as I said, we're going to go a little bit more we're going to go a little more positive. We're going to mess with the instructions a little bit. We're not going to worry. We're going to give them a little bit more freedom to work, I believe. We're going to make ourselves a little less wide. We're going to hit some crosses, maybe go a little bit more direct and up that tempo a little bit as we push forward as well. We're going to just drop off more, though, so we don't want to cause any more problems. We don't need any more yellow cards, as Lindsmeyer will play it back. Up and stolen by Grealinger, pushed forward by Muselu for Stevanovic. Brackelman is being challenged, intercepted there in the middle, but Ingolstadt able to regain control. Played over to the right wing side. Hawkins is there in the middle. He's taken down, and oh my goodness, this is how it's going to end. 88th minute, we're giving up a penalty shot. Schmidt's going to take it, and Schmidt is going to have it saved by Hiller. Hiller coming up huge again for us. He has been one of our bright spots in this current run of bad form, and another huge save on the back post header attempt on the corner kick. 4 minutes are going to be added on. I don't know if anything else offensively is going to happen for us. Now we've got another highlight and another huge save by Hiller. It bounces around. He's going to track it down just at the edge of the box. Marco Hiller is sensational today. Our offense, however, was not. 3 shots on goal to end the game, which is where we ended the first half. So we're going to have to find some way to motivate them and get them moving forward. 0-0. Second straight game with a 0-0 draw it was just one of those days. So I don't know what's happening with our offense. We're going to have to do a little investigating in that as we move forward, because Osnabrück is another challenge. They are sitting 3 points ahead of us on the table in second place. If we can beat them, well, we still will be in the same place unless we beat them by a lot, because they've got us on the 12-8 goal difference advantage. But we do need to put up a good showing to maintain our current position in the table, to make sure that as we head towards the World Cup break and the end of the year, which is where we're going to pick up next episode. We're not going there yet. We still got the Osnabrück game. But when we pick up next year, we still want to be in prime position to challenge for one of those top 2 spots. Well, coming into this match against Osnabrück, some of our defensive players were complaining that the defense wasn't getting enough love in training. The defense, except for that one game, has not been the problem. Right now, it's the offense. We've been stagnant. We have done very well over the last couple of games on the defensive side of the ball, especially in goal, with Hiller becoming an absolute beast. But a pair of 0-0 draws in a match where we didn't get a single shot on goal, not just on target, but on goal in the entire second half, means changes are afoot, and we have made many, many changes in the starting 11 for this one. Now, Hiller is going to remain in goal because, well, he's Hiller. Freitag is going to come in for Steinhardt on the left-hand side. Morgalla is going to remain in, but we're going to give Jesper Verlat the night off. He's been a little weak lately, especially with that own goal, which is just still haunting my dreams. So Nick Lang is going to come in his place on the right center back position. Wilsh is going to come back into the lineup on that right-hand side. He did not have a fantastic game in the 4-1 loss that we suffered. However, we've been having those issues with Christopher Lannert as far as his mental state, so we feel like he's best suited for the bench for this game. Reeder's going to shift over into the more defensive midfielder role. Yannick Diekman is going to come back in the midfield. Now, Milos Kocic, who is not necessarily at the top of our depth chart, has been training so very well that we are going to give him the opportunity. Somebody's got to do something, so he's going to be playing left wing. Holzhauer is going to stay, but in more of an attacking midfield position, which he was playing earlier and he was getting success with, so we're kind of moving him back into that role. Fabian Grielinger is going to come in on the right-hand side, and Stefan Lex is going to take the place of Finn Lachenmacher. Lachenmacher got off to a great start in the season, but he has stagnated a little bit, so we just need to do anything that we possibly can in order to spur things on and get ourselves a victory today. We are currently sitting in third place, 2 points behind Osnabrück. Now, we are not going to be able to overtake them unless we beat them by 4 or more goals. That's not what we're trying to do here. We are trying to maintain ourselves in the best position we can. Now, the good news is SC Freiburg 2, they cannot be promoted. So no matter what happens, no matter where we finish with them, if we finish fourth and they're third, it's okay. Then we're still in that playoff game for a chance for promotion, but we are still gunning for automatic promotion. And the best way to do that would be to win today at Osnabrück. They've won 4 of their last 5. We've got that pair of draws following that 4-1 loss. So 3 games winless for us. So we need to do everything we can to move forward. So our 4-2-3-1 is going to set up like this. It's Hiller, Freitag, Morgalla, Lang, Wilsh, Dijkman and Reeder in the midfield, Kocic and Grielinger on the wide positions, Holzhauer and Lex up the middle. We're going against the 4-2-3-1 of Osnabrück. We're going to see what we can do here. Oh, I hope that we get a better result than we have experienced over the last couple of times. Otherwise, this is going to be a very, very unexciting episode. So we get things started underway, and right now Osnabrück seems to be dominating the possession right now as they play it forward. Morgalla can't get it past the Osnabrück player. Teshi's got Litbarski right wing side. Rory charging down the sideline, flipping it into the middle. Wolf with the header on, but it's a little bit too strong. It's going to go out over the goal. First 10 minutes, best opportunity so far has come for Osnabrück, and they are challenging again. Throw in deep into our end. Centering pass taken by Teshi, flipped up. Hiller coming off his line to make the easy grab, and he's going to send that forward. So I always think those throw-ins deep in the zone are a little dangerous. Now, Yannick Diekman has taken a slight injury, so we are going to be forced to make an early substitution in this match. I think we don't want to risk him any more than we have to. So it looks like we'll bring in Nathan Vicht. Again, we're trying different things. So we're going to leave Kieran Moll on the bench, and Vicht is going to come in and take his position there as we look to move it forward. But Wolf throwing it ahead, chasing it back is Wilsh. Sending it forward. He can't get it past Bierman. Headed down to Wolf. He's got Nemeth. Nemeth in the middle for Heigl. That one's blocked in front. Was that Morgalla making a fantastic stop in front of the goal to knock him behind for a corner? For Libarski to send in. Again, another back post corner. Masterfully handled by Hiller. And coming up with 5 minutes left in this first half. Still 0-0. And here we go, another 3 shots on target and a half, or 3 shots on goal, I should say. Oh, 4, so we're doing better. We have a much better offensive showing this time. We took 1 extra shot on goal than before. It doesn't look, though, like anybody's doing anything really spectacular. We are getting outshot by Osnabrück. They've also many more shots on target. They're winning that XG battle. We haven't even had a corner kick yet. They've got the lion's share of the possession. And we've only won 30% of the headers, so we really do need to step it up. So we're going to say we have to be better in front of goal, which is absolutely not a lie. Moving into the second half, see if we can do anything. But, I mean, 0-0 so far seems to be the run of form for us. So if we can maintain this, at least keep Osnabrück off of the board. If we're not going to be able to score, then at least getting a point out of this and maintaining our position would be very, very good for us, because Freiburg 2, they're not in action right now, and Essen is still sitting on 21 points. Behind us, they are currently losing to Dynamo Dresden 1-0, but we really need to take care of our own business, and doesn't look like a lot of business is being taken care of. Reeder is tired, so we're going to bring Moll in his place, Wilsh as well, so Lannert is going to get some... No, he's nervous. We're not going to play Lannert. So Philip Steinhardt is going to go in on that right-hand side. And I really don't want to take off Morgalla. Grealinger, Vrenezi, I can never get his name correct, is going to come in, and we'll even bring in Finn Lachenmacher if we can. We will. Though we're going to make some changes with just 10 minutes left. Libarski with the header over. Ooh, Simalka. Unable to tuck it in under the crossbar, so another corner opportunity falls by the wayside for them. And now here we have a chance. First highlight of the match, and it gets headed out. Lang has Moll. Really nowhere to go with it. Back for Lang. Vrenzetti, he's in. Vrenzetti with a shot and tipped over by Kuhn. And it will be a corner opportunity for 1860 Munich with 5 minutes left to go. Holzhauer's going to deliver this one. Can we get something done here? I don't know. Holzhauer, Lachenmacher can't get his head on it. It's cleared out, and nothing happens. Again, another opportunity falling by the wayside. Our first positive highlight of the match. Here we got another one. Big long throw by Freitag. Lachenmacher's got it. He sends it into the middle. Holzhauer now, left wing side. Freitag in the middle. Vrenezi, his second goal of the year. Freitag with the cross. And in the final minute of regulation, 1860 Munich has taken a 1-0 lead. Oh my God, we actually have an offense again. First goal scored in almost 3 complete matches. Wow. But so we have a highlight. 2 minutes left in extra time. Headed back and forth. Lang will knock it down. Still played out. Vicht finally able to clear. Lachenmacher's got it. There's a free kick opportunity. Vrenezi laying it back for Steinhardt. He's got some room. Crosses up. Intended for Kosic, but Traore is there. Heads it for Libarski, and Hader off the crossbar. Morgalla's cross is headed on target, and well, on goal at least, and he misses. Wow. Oh my God. Full time. Ooh. Give me a heart attack at the end of that match. 1-0, 1860 Munich. We are back on our winning ways, so we maintain a third place position. I'm content with that performance is all I really can say, because that was not a fantastic performance by any stretch of the imagination. So we find ourselves in third place still, now on 25 points. So we are 3 points clear of SC Freiburg 2, 4 of RW Essen, and we are even on points with Osnabrück, 2 points away from Ingolstadt. So we're basically where we started when we began this episode, in third place. 12 games played, 25 points, plus 9 goal difference, looking pretty good. Now, as I mentioned earlier in this episode, we do have the World Cup coming up. So we are going to play through here. Let's there we go by month. So the entire month of December, there are no matches. So from mid-November on through the middle of January, there are no matches. We're going to come back for those first couple of matches in the month of January for episode 5. So Waldorf Mannheim and Zwickau are going to be the first 2 matches that we come back for. So we start our season back on the road. We're going to play the matches off camera against Baden Wiesbaden and everybody else through, including Freiburg 2 and Essen. So hopefully we're able to build ourselves a nice little cushion as we make our way through the middle of our first season and hopefully towards promotion. Well, thanks again, everybody, for watching episode 4 of Lionhearted, the return of TSV 1860 Munich. If you do like what you saw, or if you just feel like supporting us because you're a good person, give us a big like, give us that thumbs up. We really appreciate the validation. It also makes sure that this series gets in front of as many eyeballs as humanly possible. If you do want to know when the next episode is going to be out, which is going to be on Wednesday at 2 o'clock Eastern Time, Eastern US, you can always subscribe and turn on your notifications so you know. So thank you very much for joining us. I really appreciate it. Hope you are enjoying this run as much as I am. And until next time, bye-bye.